Hi guys, so welcome back to our YouTube channel here at Uganda Growers Farm. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to prevent cough in your flock. Yeah, how to prevent cough in your flock. Yeah, so many times I've been receiving calls from my fellow farmers asking me that, "Hi Henry, how do you prevent cough in your flock?" And I always laugh sometimes, and I wonder why a person could wait until he gets a sickness. That's when he wants to treat it. Yet you could do what? You could prevent your birds from acquiring such sicknesses. Yeah, it is just like how you be with the family and you go and implement preventive measures from certain sicknesses. For example, when you want to prevent malaria from your children, you're going to buy for them mosquito nets so that they may sleep in mosquito nets. In doing that, you will be preventing the outbreak of malaria to your family. Yeah, so it is the same idea which we implement in our flock here. Okay, so when you want your birds to be healthy, you're going to implement certain preventive measures of sicknesses at your farm. Yeah, so before we go in details, I want to ask you, what is cough? Yeah, so what is cough in poultry farming? Cough is a respiratory sickness that is caused by a parasite known as mycoplasma that brings that sickness of cough in your poultry birds. Yeah, so it is a parasite and it is a viral parasite, so it can be caused by even from a neighborhood, from any neighboring farm around. Can bring it, it can spread it to your poultry structure. Yeah, so you have to put some preventive measures in your farm so that you prevent those things. But before we go further, let me show you around how we are progressing with our birds. Of course, the birds enter their new place, just as you can see, but let me enter inside so that I show you exactly what is going on. Move with me. Just look at them. See how they are enjoying. Yeah, this is beautiful. Just look at how they are enjoying. Yeah, just look at how they are enjoying. Yeah, and just look at the setup of our feeders and drinkers. This is how you should always set your structure, your food, your water. Okay, that the birds should eat and drink. Okay, eat and drink. Yeah, we got tired of these feeders, so I had to think about the new idea of installing feeders here. So we had to think of this. We bought this and they are really enjoying them nicely. Yeah, so they are enjoying this in your structure, and you observe what is going on. You check on the birds if they are doing well. Yeah, so this is our daily routine that we do, but so far here is okay. Yeah, here is okay. As you can see, there is food. Of course, we don't put too much, they can waste. So we put what can push them, and then we keep on adding. Yeah, so just look at how these guys are doing really nice. Yeah, and they just love coming near my leg. They just like to adventure something new. Yeah, look at this. These guys have really grown. Just look at this. Yeah, this is beautiful. Today is their day 13 and they have put on wings nicely. Yeah, so this is beautiful. So let us go and we continue with our reasons or how to prevent cough in the poultry farm. So there are so many ways that you can prevent cough in your poultry farm, in so many ways. Yeah, the first one that you need to put in place is a well aerated structure. Okay, so when you have a well aerated structure, for example, look at this. This is well aerated. Even this side is well aerated. Very nice, as you can see around. So when there is any ammonia which has accumulated here, the birds will poo-poo, and there is enough fresh air that comes in, and the ammonia will escape through this space here, or through the mesh. Yeah, and both sides it is just the same. Yeah, so when you look at this, you know that that is one of the preventive measures that you put in place in order to prevent these birds from acquiring cough. You know, these are respiratory sickness that birds acquire, and they will need freshness. Okay, so when you have a place which is just enclosed, the birds cannot even have that good or fresh breath. They are going to acquire that respiratory sickness, and when they acquire those respiratory sickness, trust me, cough is going to be one of them that comes in, and it will disturb these birds. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you make a well aerated structure which is going to help these birds to just enjoy. Okay, just like how you see these ones, how they are being how they are enjoying the place. Yeah, so when you're doing this, or when you're constructing your structure, please consider a structure that is well aerated, so that you may prevent your birds from acquiring cough. Yeah, so that is one of the serious things. Have a well aerated structure which is going to help you to bring in freshness in the structure, and you will find that your birds are growing nicely. They are really protected from acquiring those respiratory sicknesses. Yeah, so when you're there, that is our number one thing. Number two, what you have to do is, whenever you come in your structure, you have to identify the sick birds. Okay, if you find that bird which has cough, rush and isolate it. Yeah, so that is our number two reason. Isolate the sick birds. Yeah, so for us here at the farm, we have our isolation structure, which is right behind the other side. When you can see, that structure is our isolation room. So we use it when birds are not fine. We carry and put it aside and attend to it. We buy some antibiotics and give them. Yeah, failure to do that, you're going to have sickness being spread from those ones which are healthy. Yeah, so when you have these birds, make sure that you have a certain room somewhere to be your isolation room. Yeah, either you're doing broilers, either you're doing layers, either you're doing local birds. All these birds at a certain time, they can acquire some sickness. So that sickness, it needs to be treated as early as possible. Yeah, and the bird will survive when you give the medication so fast. But when you don't give it earlier, they are going to be affected with the sickness. Yeah, so as a poultry farmer who is outside there, please make sure that you have an isolation room, so that when these birds are sick, you can identify and put it in their isolation room. Yeah. Yeah, so another point is minimize stress in your flock. Okay, so what is stress? What is stress? Stress is a situation, or it is a condition how birds are responding to the environment. Yeah, the way your birds respond, they can respond positively or negatively. Yeah, so stress comes in the way that when your birds are having, this one happens mostly when we are brooding birds. When you're brooding in an enclosed place, you will find that if you don't have a thermometer, the temperature can be too much when you've put too much heat. So you will find that the birds are really having too much heat and they are not responding, they are not eating, they are running away, they are even over breathing. In doing that, a respiratory sickness called cough will come in. Yeah, this one I experienced it me myself. I went and put in too much heat. At first I didn't know even what to do, so I kept on just pumping too much charcoal, adding charcoal, adding charcoal. And in doing that, we realized that the birds were just running away. Yeah. So I didn't have even a thermometer to track the temperature. So I entered the structure. When I entered the structure, the brooding room, I also felt too much heat that I could not breathe. Yeah. So I realized that there was a problem. Yeah. So we reduced the heat. When we reduced the heat, the birds normalized and they started eating. They started drinking water. But the water itself also had become too hot. So those are things that will show you that the birds are stressed, yeah, and you have to help them as soon as possible. If you don't help them, they are going to be stressed, acquire cough, and in that they will even start dying. Whenever you enter the structure, you will receive mortalities, So you have to make sure that you come and check on your birds, put in the thermometer. It will help you track the heat um, in your brooding room. Yeah. So when the temperature is high or low, these birds are going to be stressed. And another thing that also causes stress, okay, it is overcrowding. When you overcrowd these birds, they are going to be stressed, and in being stressed, they are going to start uh, dying. Yeah, because the other one will step the other one, the other one will step the other one, and in doing that, you're going to find that you get a lot of mortality, which is a bad thing in this business. Once you receive mortalities, you're going to be making losses. Yeah, and one thing I have to tell you is that the mortality rate while you're brooding should be at least 2%. Yeah, 2% of the number of flock that you have. Yeah, so if you lose birds beyond 2%, then that means that is an abnormal ways. Yeah, so you have to ask yourself, what should I do? Yeah, so that point, minimize stress in your flock in order to prevent cough in your flock. Yeah, if you don't do that, you're going to get a lot of problems in your flock. Yeah, another thing on how you can prevent cough in your flock is by don't allow to have local birds near your poultry structure. Don't allow to have local birds near your commercial birds. Yeah, I can call them commercial birds because you're doing a business. Yeah, so when you have local birds, these local birds are resistant to sickness more than the commercial birds, the layers, the broilers. So you have to make sure that you don't have these local birds near your farm. And I made a video on why you should not rear local birds near your broiler farm. So you can go and watch it, then you can learn more as to why you shouldn't have those local birds near your poultry farm. It is not bad to rear your local birds because some people have really succeeded in them, but for me, I would prefer that you don't put them near your poultry farm, your commercial farm, because they are going to cause serious respiratory sickness in your flock, and you will start investing in treating cough, which is expensive. Yeah, so avoid it by putting them very far, or even don't have them near your poultry farm. When you have them, you're going to be spending a lot in antibiotics, which is really expensive. Yeah, yeah. So the last point is learn to sieve your litter. When you bring the litter from a carpentry shop, please, as it arrives near your farm, please have a siever. You sieve it, you remove all the dust from the litter, and then you put the litter when it is only the husks, not the dust. Because that dust, when you just put without even disinfecting them, you're going to cause cough whenever these birds start bathing, okay, they in that litter, they are going to just put the dust up, and once the dust is up, they are going to get a lot of infections which will cause respiratory sickness, and one of the number one respiratory sickness which will come is cough. So friends, when you're outside there and you want to prevent yourself from treating cough in poultry birds, please just put in place these preventive measures in order you may minimize the sickness on your poultry farm. Don't wait to start investing in treating, because treating is expensive. At least invest in putting preventive measures at your farm. In doing that, you're going to be a successful farmer. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if this video has made sense to you, please like us, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you may not miss out on any of our upload. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you very soon in another video. Lots of love. Bye bye.